Thank you, everyone. We are live again. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining us. As we always do before we get started, we just want to tell everyone out there in the search for a Huru family, Remy Martin, we are on Eastern Standard Time here in the US of A. I'm in Georgia. Brother Fitzgerald Stevens is in Florida. So again, guys, we just want to thank the Search for Huru family for the support. It really means a lot. Also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Again, like, share, and subscribe to the content. Please hit that subscription bell, notification bell, and also hit that subscription button. Guys, if you're watching this, again, please subscribe. Also, go to searchforahuru.com. Go to searchforahuru.com. Everyone who's watching this, if you have a son, even a daughter, granddaughter, grandson, your neighbor's kids, they all need a copy of Kinky Hair is Kingly Hair. Okay, this was actually the second. I'm sorry, this was the second children's book. The first children's book was The Sun Loves Me. So, guys, everyone in your family, they need a copy of these children's books, guys. Make sure you go to dynastymirror.com. Again, make sure you go to dynastymirror.com and buy a copy. Also, while you're there, get your Africa is the Now shirt. Again, your Africa is the Now shirt. Also available at dynastymirror.com. Patreon. Become a monthly Patreon. You guys, we don't have the CBS, NBC, ESPN, BET, MTV, HBO budget, but there's 83,000 of you, almost approaching 84,000. And if each of you gave $1 a month, we can get there and will get there. So again, become a monthly Patreon, patreon.com, search for Huru. Again, patreon.com, search for Huru. Also go to dynastymirror.com and buy some merchandise and buy some books. Without further ado, we have Brother Fitzgerald Stevens on with us today. And Fitzgerald, I'm looking forward to my Chick-fil-A tomorrow for lunch.
Yes,
I am looking forward to it.
I talked mad noise on the last couple of days of the show. I had picked the University of Auburn to go ahead and win the game over your beloved Georgia Bulldogs. I was wrong. Georgia was by far the better team. I lost 2 Chick-fil-A biscuits that I have to get you. I at least expected them to show up. That's what I get for betting on another team besides my great University of Alabama. Had I wouldn't have been in this precarious position had Alabama would have been playing. So you handle business, man, and you guys are looking very, very good. Although you know, it will be a nice, interesting matchup with the SEC East when you play Florida, who are looking well. But I'm going to tell you, man, not only because it's you, because if Georgia can keep that momentum, I got to take Georgia for the upset. Now, I believe they're going to be the underdog against Florida this year, but I got to take them for the upset. So I'm taking Georgia. What's that?
I don't know if we're going to be the underdog this year. But hold on, you're skipping the game. We play you guys in 2 weeks, Fitzgerald. We play you guys in Tuscaloosa in 2 weeks, Fitzgerald. You're completely.
I'm trying to give you a bone, man. I'm already. I have humbly come on. I've admitted that I was wrong. I talk noise on the public forum, so rather than saying that on the private, you and I said, hey, you know what? You handle business. Georgia by far the superior team. I lost 2 Chick-fil-A biscuits with cheese, and I was looking for egg and cheese. I was looking for very much for eating.
No, hold on. But you owe Zimma.
I didn't take that bet with Zigmont.
Yes, you did, for sure.
No, I did not take that bet with Zigmont.
Gerald, yes, you did.
No, I did not. You can roll the tape, man. I did not take that bet with Zigmont.
Oh my God! We need to get Zigmont on the phone. We need to get Zigmont.
I did not take that bet with Zigmont. You call him in, we can get him all night now. I did not take that bet with Zigmont. Ain't no way in heck I knew I could eat 8 Chick-fil-A biscuits. You know, so you know I didn't take that. But nevertheless, I did take the bet against Auburn, the beating Georgia. My guys lost with Auburn because Auburn is the team in my home state of Alabama, Auburn, Alabama rivalry. So I did take them. But Auburn, after all, man, your team, and I'm flashing your colors, and I have to get your signature on this. Your team came out on top. Now, I was illustriously throwing you.
Put that back up again. Put that back up again. And I want you to really hold it.
Yes, you deserved every right to it.
Okay,
yes.
Hold it for like 10 seconds. Hold it. There you go. Hold
it.
it.
You deserve that. You got the glory, man, as far as on that. If you want, man, I can wear it around my neck like Flavor Flav, wear that big clock, you know, just to show you. So you guys came out on top. Now, as I was throwing you a bone, and you nevertheless you threw it away because, you know, once again that high of yours got up. Alabama ain't Auburn, little cat. Alabama ain't Auburn. These cats right here, compared to Alabama, it's a whole nother different team. But, you know, this will be a whole nother different conversation. You know, if had you would have been playing Alabama, you know it, and your audience knows it. So, but nevertheless, we're going to keep the stuff talking around here. We was talking about Florida. So I'm taking Georgia over Florida, and Florida, I believe Georgia's the underdog in that. But as for Alabama,
you play you guys in 2 weeks
now, man. No. But, you know, maybe you'll learn a few things from the game, though. Maybe you learn a few things, man. And so around in here, these cats are not any of those two license plates I put in. These cats right here, well, you already know. I don't got to say. They explain themselves. Okay, Prince man, what are we going to be talking about today?
I can't wait. 2 weeks, Fitzgerald. 2 weeks. We cover the Tuscaloosa. We can play you guys at Dreamland. We can play you guys if there's a mall in Tuscaloosa. We can play out at the Student Union parking lot. You know, I think 85 South takes you to Tuscaloosa. We can play you guys 85 South, shut it down, play on on the highway. We can play you guys anywhere.
This is the Missouri and Auburn you playing. Alabama, we are not any of them. We are an apex predator, saltwater crocodile cat. You stop talking. Seriously, stop talking. You know, stop talking. I ain't even gonna tell you I give you a chance to redeem. That game is so dang certain, man. It'd be like taking money from mass. I ain't even gonna bet. I ain't even gonna let you throw a bet up my way. I just really ain't. I mean, it just don't make no sense for me to take your money like that. I value our friendship. And sometimes, you know, you got to spare people from things they don't know that can repeat them harm. So rather you put your mouth out there talking like that, we'll just go ahead and leave it alone like that. So ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good Sunday, wherever you are. You know, we're going to say a couple of things that we think will be very, very beneficial for you and your family in the future going forward. Prince Amir and I are both huge sports fans, as you guys can obviously ascertain as far as a lot of our conversation. I'm Alabama alumni. He's Georgia alumni. We've had a big rivalry. We've had that rivalry ever since all going on 15 years. We've been knowing each other. Fortunately, I seen always have come out on top. And, you know, and Prince Amir has not. So, Prince Amir, talk to us, man. What do we got the audience attention for this morning?
Today's topic, actually read this article this morning, ran into it this morning. Nearly 4 million U.S. jobs have vanished forever. 4 million. And this is on CNN.com, CNN Business. 4 million jobs gone forever. Okay.
Then what are the other 4 million jobs that are being created to replace them?
Huh?
What are
the job you create?
Okay.
The job that you create.
Well, surely the social programs will kick in to help these people that are out of work. I mean, the state with the social services, which is the various safety nets that, you know, maybe unemployment benefits, food benefits, even some housing subsidies. Probably a good thing as far as what medical care that is needed as far as for people having insurance. Surely those safety nets will continue to operate.
Well, we hope so, but that's not guaranteed. I mean, I think unemployment is still in effect, but outside of that, I don't know for sure. I mean, like I said, the only job that will replace these 4 million jobs is the job you create.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's a great opportunity.
Right.
I mean, that is a great opportunity. I noticed a lot that there seems to be like say for instance down here in Tampa, man. You look in the on Indeed.com, the a very good job website that I've often looked at, I often have paid attention to. Man, there's a lot of positions out there, especially in the areas of sales and IT services. So it looks like the jobs are out there. But if you it's Christmas season, holiday season, get ready to take place. You know, they're gearing up for that. So people can go get jobs, not necessarily what they probably were used to doing or accustomed with the pay rate, but it's out there. What would you say? What would you say? What would you say to maybe some politicians like, hey, we have great jobs out there. We have so many jobs we can't fill it. No, because 4 million people, we have plenty of positions out there. They don't want to work. What would be your position on that?
When you say they don't want to work, what do you mean? Who doesn't want to work?
Well, we got jobs out there. We noticed we gave the stimulus package away. I'm playing politician. Notice when we gave the stimulus package, it appeared that there were a huge part of the populace that actually did not really want to work because it was making more money working. So, it's jobs out there. We don't want to give any more aids. Plenty of jobs out there. Go get them.
And you're a politician. I would say just because there's jobs out. Okay, are there 4 million jobs out there? So are we talking tick for tack? So the 4 million jobs that are gone forever, are people creating another 4 million to fill those voids, to fill that void?
Well, you have like Amazon's looking to hire like 30 something thousand plus,
That's not
30 something thousand, close to 40,000 people. I mean, Walmart is hiring, growing exponentially. Home Depot is hiring. Lowe's, all these conglomerates. I mean, what do you mean, citizen man, citizen woman, that you can't find a job? There's plenty of jobs out there. Go get it. We can't expect to always keep passing stimulus bills. As far as for people, there's plenty of jobs out there. I mean, you go ahead and apply on the internet and come out there and get it. We want to put Americans to work. That's what the politician would say. So how do you combat that?
So I lost my job making 6 figures. I'm supposed to go get a job at Home Depot or go work in a warehouse at Amazon making $20 an hour.
Yeah. Yes, of course you are, because making 18 to $20 an hour is better than making nothing. No,
True.
so of course you're able to go out there, and you're able to go out there and do something. Of course, what the politicians would say. So I'm just supposed to pay you for not going out and doing anything? That's not my job.
Yeah.
I mean, there's jobs out there. So you're saying that you're too good for those, or you can't live on. Well, okay, go get 2 jobs. Go and then, let's talk about put more responsibility on you. Politicians wise thinking. Not saying necessarily right. I'm not saying it's wrong, but their mind thinking we got stuff out here. No, we have.
And it
stuff.
depends on the politician too. I said it depends on the politician too who you're talking to.
Well, I say again, please.
It depends on the politician you're talking to, because the politician will say one thing to someone like me and you, and then when they get in front of other politicians, that sentiment could change.
Well, that's politics, but nevertheless, nevertheless, you have to weigh it in. Okay, all right. I have a successful internet business with Freebay. Dealing with gold, dealing with cryptocurrency things. I've made money while I'm sitting home. I made money yesterday when I was on the phone. I make money through that, and I built that network over the years to it's pretty much has taken care of it, been able to take care of me, financially. I have a YouTube channel, Find Ways to Win. I talk that. I'm in the midst of putting a cleaning company together, and I still have time to go out and find the stacking shelves at Home Depot now, and I'm 56 years old. Okay, so if I can hustle and put all those programs together, what do you mean that there's not opportunity out there? And I'm thinking about putting another day job together with that, because I'm looking for streams of income while I'm still doing things. So I believe it's out there. Hey, let's go. But there's people thinking, let you go out there and get it. But I certainly can't. I certainly can't wait around the house and thinking someone's just going to give me something. I mean, the 2 million, the jobs that are gone away. Hey, I feel for those. I feel for those people. I know what it is to lose a job, but I also know what it is to have the bills keep knocking, and you can only dodge it so long. So you have to be proactive. So am I thinking wrong? I mean, I'm creating a job for myself. I'm creating or rather income for myself. I'm going out pursuing several other streams of income for myself because, I have to make sure I'm intact. Am I thinking wrong for not, oh, wow, what am I going to do? Or how are we going to do it? Or am I just taking advantage of what the advantage is? Oh, by the way, I have a 4-year degree.
Hey, somebody just said something in the chat room. Each job probably has 100 applicants or more. What would be your response to that?
Well, you put your best foot forward. I don't care. I don't care how many they got. You go in there thinking you're the man or woman for the job. You bring value. I mean, that's how I did. I mean, that's what I do. Sometimes I've won it. Sometimes I've lost it, but it doesn't put me in. It doesn't negate the position. I think I'm the best candidate for the job that I go to, and I think I'm going to win it. I mean, you have to. No, yeah, I can't. I don't have the luxury of sitting out there telling the people who I have my Toyota RAV4, and a lot of people, there's a competition for these jobs. I can't find it. The one question business has, Dynas, as I went in.
Do either you got the money or you don't
have the money or not. I mean, say like for instance, like that Home Depot job I went out and grabbed. The guy hired me on the spot, and I saw a weakness in the game from just listening, not really interacting with people. Listening, you know what? They have a problem with people showing up. They're saying like people don't want to work at night, or people don't want to work. We got people calling off, and it's not necessarily calling off because of COVID, because you can't get in a position and have a mindset that you're too good for certain things. Listen, man, when you guys hear me talk about Bama, you hear me talk about the football program. Yeah, that's my acumen, but I'm a highly educated cat. I have a 4-year degree there, graduated back in 1988, 20 years of sales and marketing experience, entrepreneurs, had businesses, had home. I did all that stuff, but I'm not too good, to get down there. If I feel that things are going to go south, I'm not too good to take a lower tier or lower thing, thinking I can work my way up and eventually I can get myself back up on top. I don't prescribe to the thing like I'm too good for that. And I'm not saying anyone in the audience does neither, but I'm saying I don't do what the thing of the matter is, hey, I got to go out here and work with what I have, regardless of what they're talking about on CNN, what they're talking about on BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, what they're talking about on Fox News. That don't have anything to do with me trying to figure out a way to make my obligations. And if it means that I have to work more than one job, that's what I do. Would I like to work? Would I like just to work one job? Yeah. Would I like just to be sit back and have a good retirement package and stuff? Yeah. But I found I had to create it. I still work my internet business. I still work my YouTube channel. Still planning to put the cleaning business. That'll be launching within 60 days. So I'm looking at, okay, what can I do? What can I do with the brain and the breath that God Almighty has given me? How can I use it? Because if I sit up and worry about the news, if I sit up there and worry about what's going on and things like that, and believe me, I have tried this, and I have I have a double doctorate degree in worrying and frustration. And I tell you, it doesn't do anything. Somewhere along the line, after a time, you got to get up and you got to make things happen. I mean, I don't know anything else. Have I got discouraged? Yes. Have I got depressed? Yes. Have I thinking like, oh God, what did I go to school for? Yeah. Have I felt like making my paper degree in the air into a paper airplane and flying across the room? Yes, 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 yes. Have I tucked the nose? Yes. Have I been rejected? Yes. Have I been fired? Yes. Have I been underpaid? Yes. But nevertheless, I believe that some pay is better than no pay. And I believe you work with what you have until you can get eventually where you back are. And then that's my thinking. So I'm probably not the one to ask about the what's going on with the job market and what's going on there. I just know that people need to live. I know that people still need resources, and I know you got to get out there and put a good your foot forward, do a good honest day work, inspect an honest day pray, even if that's $10-11 an hour. Figure out some way you can add it and increase it to what you could do. And I'm not necessarily talking about increasing upon a job. Maybe that's not where you're going to increase it from. Maybe you need to start a blog. Maybe you need to start a janitorial company at night and go out and clean a couple of homes, and do things. Maybe you need to get proactive. That skill that you have, and you can do hair, or whether you're a barber or whether you're a stylist, you can do that. Well, maybe you need to do some stuff like that on the side. Maybe you need to start that landscaping business with some, whatever it takes. Maybe you need to, invest in a hot dog cart and set up outside or get a little trailer and take the power wash out your garage and put around in there and say, hey, I have a power wash and clean company. Go out to people's doors, pass out cards and say, hey, give me a chance. I can clean your driveway, or I can clean gutters. I mean, whatever it takes to make sure that you have an income for you and your family. That's just the way I believe. So I can't just look at, oh, woe is me. A lot of these jobs aren't coming back. Prince Amir is absolutely right about that. And that's unfortunate. But I learned.
If I can interject, sorry. So are you familiar with Regal Theaters?
Regal Theater, yeah. Oh no, so I'm familiar more with AMC Theaters.
Right. So Regal is the number 2 theater chain in America. They're shutting down.
Yeah. And AMC is probably not too far behind them. Dinaz, one thing, if I could say that I've learned, that I had to learn, and one thing I could really give advice for people in the audience. So, you're talking to an elder now. But in my times of living 56 on the lower earth, I learned a couple things. But one thing is, you have to learn new skills that are relevant to the times. You can't talk about what you used to be and what you used to do. If there no longer is a market for that, guess what? Your whole skill set is irrelevant. You have to be willing to learn new things. There used to be an adage back years and years ago, probably like 20 years ago. But probably started about 20 years ago. It used to get that you start getting people like when you hit 50 years old, it's almost like that was a death knell to you. They thought you were too dinosauric, too rigid. You didn't want to learn anything. Man, dude, I run circles around a 20-something-year-old cat. Not only in work, but with my mind, in my entrepreneur ability, in my experience. So I majored in a university of I majored in an international advertising. That's what my degree is in. Back then, the advertising was vastly different for what it is. Advertising was just pretty pictures, mostly dependent upon print or newspaper or radio ads. That was how you got it out. So you had to go out there and go around and sell people those type of ad spaces. And television, which was prohibited back then. Okay, there was no Google, there was no social media. There was no none of these platforms that we could get up here and change on a dime. I had to learn all that, and I became very good at it. I had to forget what I learned. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, that degree that I paid all that money for at Alabama, it's obsolete. Had I wouldn't have reinvented myself, nobody's going to pick that up. That's dinosaur. That's like me asking you, hey, I got some great cassette tapes with some nice music about it. Cassette tapes. And we ain't even dealing with it. We don't deal with the MP3 downs. We don't deal with the 8 tracks. We don't deal with the vinyl records anymore. We download. When the last time you've been to a record? When's the last time you've been to a record store, if you can find them? You know, so you have to be adaptable. What you used to know, maybe might be enough to carry you through. Maybe you need to learn a language. Maybe you need to go to a college and learn another language. Maybe you need to, like Mr. Pearson said, who's a real estate developer. Maybe you need to go to one of junior colleges or what's it called? Yeah, one of the junior colleges or community college. Maybe you need to take up a course or two in carpentry, plumbing, and electricity. These jobs still pay outstanding salaries, but they're not as necessarily as prestigious as Mr. Vice President, Miss Vice President, or leader of the Pooh Bar Association. They're not as prestigious, but that they still, you come out there and you make $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 with a blue collar trade. No, I have family members who have type of skills like that, and so it does great to do that. One of the things when I was growing up in that little town, Alabama, that I'm going for, they taught me they taught me many good things. But one of the things, and it was a universal teaching, and so much so I don't know who it came from. I remember hearing it. Okay, it's okay to get you an education. That's fine, but learn you a good trade. What's a good trade? Can you do hair? Can you cut hair? Are you good at power washing? Can you do carpentry? Do you have another skill that if your primary skill goes away, that you can jump in with that other trade skill that you have and still keep your household afloat? No. So that is a very big part of me. I mean, when I look around, okay, I got about maybe 3 or 4 things I can fall back on. Now, most of them come out of my mind, in my experience, but nevertheless, I'm not going to sink. So once again, maybe I'm not the one to talk to you about this, but this is things I learned. You got to have that. But whether I'm talking to you about it or not, my words are very true. If you don't have that, you're going to be the victim of, okay, I hope they pass another stimulus check, or man, I'm too old to learn, or I don't want to go back to this, and I don't want to go like that. I can come to any one of you guys' homes right now, anyone, especially in the United States, and I'll put anyone the sound of my voice. You drop me off anywhere, I'll be unemployable.
All right.
Well, it ain't no jobs here. You guys grow grass out there? People still like having their lawn cared for. Does people still like having their grounds landscape? Do people still like having their windows clean and would people still like having their house clean? Yeah. Well, you know what? I can start a janitorial. I can start a lawn service business. I go over there and say, do people have dogs in various parts of the world? What do you mean? Do you have dogs over there? Or you have animals? Yeah. Okay, I can start a service, Fitzgerald Walker cat. I go out there, and make money just by walking your dog for you. You know how much executives will pay you for that?
All right.
I could create a thing like errands right now, where I could just take my car or rent a car or rent a bike, whatever, anything like that. I can come around and I can do various errands for you. So I'll think of something to bring money in, and then I'll figure out a way to use the internet to streamline it, to get more people, to have people ride with me, and I'll subcontract them out under my business name. I'll make money for them doing errand work along with me. So I'm going to figure out a way. I don't care where you drop me off. I'm just that confident in the gifts that God has given me. That's a different way of thinking, but that's the thinking that society is demanding right now. No. So just something to think about. Because the listener is absolutely right. It is about 100 people applying for that. It is about 100 people applying. It is a lot of competition. Yeah, but if you start your own business and you put something together you own, there is no competition. You're the only one in it. Well, Fitzgerald, it may be someone doing that business. Yeah, but then it's not someone doing your business. And you don't need everybody. You just need a few. Just need a few clients. Are you great writing resumes? Are you great detailing cars? Can you know how to clean gutters? No, people pay money for stuff. No, with me, okay. Well, with my outside sales experience, I said I wasn't getting anywhere. I decided to start a referral based networking business. Called Freebay. Saves in gold. Get paid residual income. People you earn money from other people who are building wealth, and you get a percentage of that. Prince Dynas Amir's Freebay link is registered. It's strolling right down the bottom. It's free to join.
In the chat room.
So I built that up to like 12,000 affiliates. I built that up to a global sales organization. So much so when I go over there at a job, they said, "What's this Freebay stuff?" So that's my global organization.
Did they look you up like that?
I have it right on my resume. I have it right on my resume. And as far as say, what is this? What is this? That's my global sales organization I built from the ground up. I have 12,000 business partners that I put in place with that, help set them up. Now I don't tell them that, and you have to learn how to be tactful. I don't tell them, yeah, we deal with gold and I get paid residual income. When you get paid residual income, what you doing asking me for a job? So you gotta be smart. But what you're saying, I built a global organization of 12,000 business affiliates, who are selling various products around the world. And I help grow that market from the ground up. If you're smart, you listen to that. Like, God, if he's pulling customers like that, I wonder could he do that here? Okay, so I keep it directly on my resume. It never goes nowhere. And so the biggest thing when you're going after something, you really sell yourself first. But after you sell yourself, you have to bring something value to the marketplace or to your various employees that him and her that can use to grow their bottom line. That's what they're looking for. There's no competition when you start something on your own. And I'm not joking. You can drop me off in anywhere in the world, wherever you are, wherever you're located. Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, Zambia, Lagos, Johannesburg, Abu Ghraib, Ethiopia, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Tampa, Florida, Atlanta, Alaska. Wherever I drop, I'm going to come out on top. I'm going to create something. I don't care what the job market look in there. But I care about it. When I show up, the job shows up. Now, if you don't have that type of thinking, turn out the lights. Because you'll always be wondering, man, boy, what's next? What's next? Will I have a place? You talk about a cat who lost about $100,000 a year job with the COVID back in March. I would just let go like that. And I sat there with that man. I looked at him right in the eye and I said, "Hey, man, do what you got to do. Don't feel bad for me." Why did I say don't feel bad for me? Because I already had a referral-based business I built up with 9,000 affiliates. It was that back then. It was back then. It's approaching 12 right now. I already have residual income coming in. I just wanted more. I just wanted to do a little bit more. I wanted to grow my wealth a little bit more and faster. But I told them to go ahead and keep doing it. I wasn't one of those, what they're going to do with me. I already know what jobs do. Jobs use you as long as they can. And when you're too expensive or they have accomplished their goal as far as with you, and they wash their hands and they give you last check and you're gone. So you anticipate things like that, but at the end of the day, your family still has to go on. Now, so with the Freebay Gold business, hey, what's so hard about setting up a free account? Becoming business for free. What's so hard about saving gold for yourself and getting paid for gold that other people save? What's so hard about using personal development and getting paid for it? Crypto trade and learn about and getting paid for it. What's so hard about that? What's so hard about being able to do that from the comfort of your home using a cell phone and a computer that you can operate in 149 countries? What's so hard about asking anyone, do you look for ways to make money? And sending them a video, sending them a link, and plugging them into a system that's going to teach them exactly how to do it. That not you, or a system that teaches them, and you get compensated from that. Not only from that, but for other people who they talk to, other people who they talk to. Now that's if you want to have options. And a lot of those people who have lost these jobs, hey, some of them were making very good six figures. Some of them were living pretty good. Some of them last year or 2 years ago, man, they was like, oh, okay, man, I'm in a good position. I think it's time for us to get that house. No, I think it's time for us to expand our family, because they thought they were secure. And what was that Friday, Prince Amir, that I said to you that when we did the show Friday, I said, the Ford Motor Company recently hired a new CEO, and the first thing he did, one of the first things he did, he fired the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer at the Ford Motor Company, which is easily a top 50 company, easily in revenue and things like that. Can you imagine someone firing you from a 7-figure income job? Just because, can you imagine being at the upper echelons of the executive suite because someone are going another direction to fire you? You know the cat who didn't get fired? Bill Ford. You know why? His family's name is on the buildings and the cars. Mm-hmm. No. And so there's no such thing as security in what you create. Ride the wave, ride the job wave as much as you can. Am I anti-jobs? No, not at all. Am I anti one linear income? Yes. You got to have multiple streams of income, ladies and gentlemen. I'll say that on my show, Find Ways to Win. I'll say it on Prince Amir's show, Search for Uru. You got to have more income streams than just. If you don't, you're just one step away from disaster. I ain't even talked about them freezing the pay increases. I mean, when the last time people on the sound of my voice, when the last time you have an increase in pay?
I need to ask my friend who has a sales job if they kick back in her regular commission and her car package and stuff. In fact, I'm gonna text her right now, just out of curiosity, if they did that yet.
But and while you're doing that, I see a comment that's really, really catching my attention. It's by Miss Maria Thomas. If people in America think times are difficult now, just vote for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. You will certainly be in trouble. Not just the poor, the average citizen, but also the rich as well. You know what? Hey, we've been in trouble. We've been in trouble for dang near the last 60 years. Don't make a difference what politicians is in there. My thing, Miss Thomas, I don't care who's in political office. I don't, because politicians look after their own. The only economy I am concerned about is the economy of my own home. I have enough ingenuity. I have enough sales operating, and I have enough experience that I can go out there and create wealth streams. I don't care who's in office. I don't get in. I don't care if Biden gets in. Both of them are equally ineffective to me. Both of them. I mean, I'm not really the one you want to talk to as far as with politics. Yes, they can vote for policies that hurt. But you know what? If you have the right income streams, and you have the right income streams for you and your family, and you get a group right there, if it doesn't work really for me right here, Dynas tells me that Sierra Leone is doing pretty good over there. Dynas tell me that a lot of great places in Africa to go to. But nevertheless, I mean, I can go over there and take my income streams there, and I can thrive. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the policy of total economic self-sufficiency. That's what I mean. So I see very little things where politicians actually help that. If they get involved with the people who really benefit from it are the upper echelons of the pay scale, the ultra wealthy on both sides. Those are the ones that get the lion's share of the benefits. Also by Ms. Thomas, Americans, do you understand the reason when foreigners come to your country, they do so well in their own business? Yeah, I can understand. I understand what I would like to know where you're from, but I understand very well. foreigners have a different group economics right here. First of all, they really save and invest within each other. It's nothing for for foreigners as kudos. It's nothing for one family to come over here. You have about 3 or 4 families in an apartment saving up, and then they parlay that they help another family go, and they help another family go, and they do the same thing with businesses and stuff like that. They have a different mindset. Kudos, the great. That's great. But I would say when foreigners come to this country and take advantage of the system to build wealth in their families, great. But that mindset is still available. And that mindset is in them. I question why don't they do it back where they're in their country? I would question that. No, and you have that type of mindset. You can leave your land and come over to the United States or Canada and build like that. Kudos for you. But that same mindset, why don't you put it to work there? But nevertheless, I respect the entrepreneur spirit within that. But an individual that can do that, I respect the entrepreneur spirit because they don't come looking for a job. And if they do happen to acquire a job, they'll take anything they can, and then they'll build on that. I respect that. And contrary to popular belief, there's plenty of Americans doing it too, of all colors and all creeds. And not only we're doing it here, we're doing it in other parts of the world too. So I'm just advocating. Maybe we need to look. Maybe we need to look at it within ourselves. You see, a true entrepreneur, for the most part, we're not really concerned about the politics. We already know the politics. The politics in this nation works for the upper echelons. I would beg to say the same thing in Europe. I'd say the same thing in Russia. I'd say the same thing. The wealthy have always gotten the best benefits as far as political policy. Everyone else gets what Ronald Reagan called as trickle-down economics, which is nothing. They get the leftover, or it's almost like you cook a pot of grits. And cook a pot of oatmeal. Maybe that can relate more so. Cook a pot of oatmeal, you stir it in, you put your butter and your creamers and everything else that you like to get it in there, and you cook and you stir it. Now, if you let it overcook, it's not going to be as benefits. It's not going to be far as for someone's benefits taste wise as the one who got the fresh portion. You can let the overcook where you're just really scraping stuff off the bottom of the pan, or the pot rather, because it's something been sheared by the fire. That's where the majority of the people get. They get just the afterburn. They just get what's left over. So if I'm falling into that system and constant persistent falling in that system, I'm like, okay, how do I get up there where these guys? Well, I notice they all have businesses. I notice they all have economic power. They practice group economics. So I said, I'm going to go ahead and do this for me and my family and my group and my constituents. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I'm not how can I put it? I'm not insensitive of the plight of the poor. I grew up on welfare. Me and my 2 younger brothers. Southeast Alabama. I lived in a house that was on blocks. We didn't build basements around there where I came from, as Alabama. The house was literally on blocks. I grew up in there, and there was I had no bathroom in the house. With my brother, my youngest brother, and I lived there, and my middle brother lived with our grandfather. We had plywood that was this separate. There was a gap. Between that gap, I could look down and literally see the dirt on the ground. There was no bathroom. I'm talking in the early 80s. I'm not talking a lifetime ago. No running water. None of that. We had nothing. We used to go get water, and we would go to my grandfather's well, and we would draw waters, and we put them in 5-gallon buckets, like one of those buckets you would see at the local hardware, like your Home Depot and or Lowe's or something. That's what we use. We would fill it up at the well, and we would take about 6 or 7 of those buckets, and we do it, and we would dip it out with a pitcher for our drinking water, and we had to bathe in it. And I had a little washing basin that we had to warm water up on the stove sometimes just to warm. So don't give me any excuses. But yet I sit up here, a successful entrepreneur, a successful business owner, an alpha wolf. It goes out and get it. My middle brother is a very successful 6-figure earner as a budget director in the Southeast. My youngest brother is a high six-figure earner as a corporate attorney. I can still go in there and go in my box right now and pull you out the welfare letter. And I kept it. And I had this till this very day when they said, hey, you are off welfare. I still have that letter they turned me out. They gave me at 18, and I was proud to have it. I went off as the first one to college, and I went and got me an education. I didn't play because I knew education was the way out. And I got the student loans, and I got my degree. And I went to work, and I worked hard, and I started my business, and I failed, and I went up around there, but I was determined to make something out of myself. And I was determined to not be a slave for working for someone for the rest of my life. And I built something. And all 3 of my brothers right now, you wouldn't know the story where we came from if I wouldn't have told you that. Their children don't have no clue what I and their fathers went through. So I'm not the one to say that. I'm not the one to say as far as what can't be done and what can be done. When you get your back up against the wall, hey, if I don't build a business, if I don't acquire some assets for myself, if I don't get myself out from under the thumb of letting someone else dictate my income, I am done. When you get that fire on you, you will do whatever it takes to win. You won't care about is Biden going to be good or President Donald John Trump, is he going to be good? Neither one of them will be. You got to understand that. God has never designed your future to be in the hands of anyone except you. Your destiny belongs in you. And so when we talk about, hey, let's go ahead and create this freebie business. Let's get involved, man. Let's practice together. Hey, I can't make money not unless I help you make money. Prince Amir can't help make money, not that you make money. The referral-based business is $180 billion a year industry. The free enterprise, it's being practiced all over the world. Very, very little startup cost to have your own business, control your own income, build wealth by working with others. What's wrong with that? Okay, yeah, go out and get your Home Depot job, Fitzgerald. Go out and start your janitorial business, Fitzgerald. Hey, go ahead and start your YouTube channel. Pretty catchy name, Find Ways to Win. Man, you go in there and start, monetize that, Fitzgerald. How did you learn how to do that, Fitzgerald? I was simply talking to Don Samir, my youngest brother, and said, hey, we can go ahead and put something else together, create another stream of income.
Hey, guys, if you're watching this, everyone go subscribe to Brother Fitzgerald's YouTube page, Find Ways to Win. That's the number 2. Find Ways to Win. Go subscribe so we get him to 1,000 subscribers. All right, go ahead.
So we're going to continue. We're going to continue to come up with these, to have these headlines. This job here, 38,000 lays off in here. We already saw that Friday. 38,000 with what was that company, Dynas? 38,000. I told you that did that. Disney World. Disney World did it, and then we have a major. And before I even ended the broadcast, Dynas, newsflash, Fitzgerald, these airlines, they're laying off 38,000. 81,000 jobs disappeared. 81,000 jobs disappeared. That represents people mortgages. That represents babies having to be pulled out of school. Maybe some private schools. That hurts the average business owner, the small mom and pops who are dependent upon those people to patronize their stores and come to their businesses. One of the things that people are kind of missing, and maybe Dynas and I need to put a little bit more emphasis back on it. We did talk about it, but I want to let you guys know the importance of games, football, hockey games. To us, we're fans. The football teams or your favorite sports teams, LeBron James, it's not a fan to them. It's business to them. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why sports. Let me tell you why sports is so dominant. You think because your team winning the Super Bowl or the NBA championship or the soccer or the World Cup, you think no, that's not an economy. It's important because they have a rabid fan base who spends money. They spend money in your clothing stores, in your eateries, in your diners, in your hotels. You know, and if that base is not there to spend money, it affects that local economy. That's why it's important. That's how they see it. No, and so they're building a fan base, and they're building a cash customer that's going to help support their local economy. Well, if you decide to work on your freebie business, you decide to start a freebie business, guess what? You can build an organic sales team to help contribute to your household economy, just like Prince Amir and I myself have, and thousands of other people have done. You know, man, it's a pretty good feeling. It's a pretty good feeling. Oh wow.
Go ahead.
Let me get personal.
Go ahead.
This little freebie business here. This Friday, I had several $1,000s deposited on my MasterCard.
I got my car with me.
Okay, several $1,000s deposited on it. Thank you, Lord. But I'm also looking for my Home Depot check. I'm also looking for my YouTube channel to be monetized. I'm also looking at other things too. But when that money hit, okay, got myself a nice fish meal, went and did some service work. I had income. That's what I'm saying. And I had income, and that income literally came from all around the world. Just because I built a referral-based business with Freebay that paid me in that, in addition to all the other things I did. And I'm gonna let you know, that takes a lot of pressure off. That takes a lot of pressure off. You know? No, I mean, and I'm looking at this. Wow, you mean to tell me I can create something like this without working someone else's job? I'm going to get paid this Friday again. I'm going to get paid after that Friday.
Fitzgerald, my friend just texted me back. She said, I asked her, did your company ever reinstate your full commissions in your car package? Yes, she said no.
Yeah, because ladies and gentlemen, if we could talk, you know, because we're just talking, we know we're just just a bunch of men and women who want to know how to do better in our lives for us and our family. That's all we're saying. I know Dynas and I are the primary ones talking, but that's all we're saying. But you can talk right back to us through your comments, and believe me, we take them seriously. They're not coming back because why would they come back, Prince Amir? These companies are seeing like, hey, wait a minute. I can run with a leaner staff. I can make just as much money with less staff because they're hungrier, because they don't want to get fired. I can take away a lot of those perks, and instead of paying them out for the car allowance, hey, I had it. They used to pay me $200 something a month to use this dang phone, and I owned it just for me to make calls. I had it with my car payment out there. It wasn't a real big deal. I was getting a car allowance sometimes $600 or $700 a month for mileage. Wasn't no big deal. You know, you should have seen some of the vehicles the sales rep was operating at my company, because we were paid for it. We reimbursed for our miles. No big deal. That's gone away. So companies are looking like, hey, wait a minute. I can save this amount of money by cutting this insurance down. I can save this amount of money by cutting out all these extra perks. I can save this amount of money by maybe having 3 people to do this job. I can find one right wolf, or if I can find one right lion or lioness, she can run all that by herself. Maybe give her maybe a 10% bump in pay, but I saved it I cut 2 more bodies out. That's how they're thinking now. You doubt that? Go over here in the United States, we have a little corporation called Walmart, and they have become a master at this. Walmart is the largest retailer in the nation. And with Amazon knocking on their door as far as actually putting bodies in there. I go in Walmart right now, and I see one little lady, and she's over like 8 self-checkout cash machines. All she walks over there, she'll see someone say, "Oh, this is not signing." She'll wave her card, do an override code. You scan your stuff, you bag your stuff, you drop your money in, you get your receipt, and you go. Those 8 cashless machines have put 8 people out of work. Now they have one lady who can do the work of 8 people, but they're paying her not for 8, but for 1. We've already had shows where we talked about automation. We've already had shows where companies are streamlining because they're more profitable now. Listen, the world, the United States billionaires. I'm not even talking about the world. United States billionaires, Mr. Jeff Bezos, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg, Mr. Jeff Bezos, Amazon, Mr. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, Mr. Elon Musk of Tesla, Mr. Larry Eigelson of Oracle, and a few more that I can name. They saw their household income, their personal wealth increased by more than $318 billion since March, when we were in a global pandemic. It's not a recession out there, but yet we see on the same Thrive, Dynas, 43 million people are in housing distress, meaning they are going to get evicted from their home, or they are going to get evicted from their apartments. Right now in Tampa, Florida, I read on a headline that they said, "Oh, the moratorium is over." Landlords are evicting people now, putting them in the streets. No, my heart goes out to that, man. But I'm not sitting out there, and I'm not going to say, woe to those people and they figure it out, man. Sometimes you need help. Sometimes you need help to know what to do. That's why we advocate starting a home-based business. That's why we talk about free bait. And you guys just think it's just up there to help us, Yeah. But you're going to get, if let me get something straight. If someone pays you and you have potential to make something like $20,000 a month, and we have people doing that in there, $20,000 a month, and Prince Amir gets paid $1,000 of that, do you care? That you didn't have to pay him. Do you really care? He helped you. He get paid $1,000 of that. You made $20,000 put deposited in your account. Do you care? He showed you how to make it. Welcome to referral-based businesses. Welcome to networking. That's what we do. You don't care. I don't care how much money Michael Delco made by helping me. Shoot, as far as I'm concerned, when those several $1,000s showed up on my card, I can get less. Michael, hey, go ahead. I didn't pay him out of my pocket, but because I happen to fall under his umbrella and he helped me, he gets paid a percentage of my network. No. And that's one of the things we add. One of the things, and that's only one income stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, either get busy living or get busy dying, as they said on the Shawshank Redemption. Morgan Freeman character. Get busy living and get busy dying. You have got to be stirred to action to do something. Putting your head in sand, reading the CNN and the Fox News, switch that off. Read President Trump. How's he coming? God, I wish that the president recovers. I don't want to see anyone suffer. I'm not into that. I'm not into that. At the end of the day, people are human beings. But you have to make sure that you're really, really looking out for your own best interests. You have to do that. And if you're going to look out for your own best interests economically, you must be able to control your income. And if you're going to be able to control your income, you must have a wealth system, a business, a networking business, something that you control without no cap in order to do that. You're going to have to. You're going to have to because it's going to come a time in your life, ma'am, sir, you're going to get tired of being pulled around. You're going to get tired of, oh, God, I got to fill out another job again because you're getting older. Oh, man, I got to go look for something else again. So, FreeBay, it's a company based in Sweden. We deal with gold, acquiring gold, which is an asset. It's free to join. You purchase as much gold you want, when you want, and you get paid for other people doing it. We also have a trading platform, personal development, crypto trading platform that you can learn all these things. And incidentally, you're going to want to learn crypto trading. You're going to learn because we're going to a cashless society. That's not too far in the future. That is where the world is headed. Bible declares that, but that's where we're going. So you're going to have to learn this new economy. We operate in 149 countries. We get paid on our own MasterCard that we can use for anywhere goods and services sold. That's how I was able to pay my oil. I paid $197. I paid that to get my vehicle service, and I went down to the restaurant and got me a nice fish meal. And gonna get ready to pay Prince Amir, with the chicken biscuits I owe him. People don't ask you.
Can't wait. Yes, sir.
Ask you for that, but I promise you, when that money hit my account, and man, it took so much pressure off me because you know what? I haven't got my first check at Home Depot yet. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to use all my skills, and I plan on going up the ladder. I'm like, man, I don't care about 56. What I care about that? I got skills that a lot of times people, if you could just show up, you'd be amazed how much problem these employers have finding people to just come to work. You can just show up on time. I was sitting up there listening when I was there Friday doing some training prints. They said, oh yeah, about 3 people called out. 4 people called out. The whole team didn't show up. I'm like, man, this is going to be a piece of cake. All I got to do is just show up. Heck, I'm definitely going to get promoted here. That's how I think. So you got to do something. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to level down a little bit because you know what, I haven't done this in a couple of days, and I'm going to take a little time with your permission, Prince, to read a few of these comments.
Go ahead, absolutely, guys. Real quick, 1 second, guys. Make sure you hit that like button again. Please hit the like button, and also tour Sierra Leone. We have 10 more spaces available. Sierra Leone, April 21st to the 30th. Again, April 21st to the 30th. We have 10 more spaces available. If you want to join us, go to searchforhuru.com, and send me a message, and we'll get back in contact with you. All right, go ahead.
Well, the first comment I want to look at is the handle, the time is now. We are living in an unstable time. Only if we watch the news, only if we watch the British Broadcasting Corporation, only if we read the internet, talk to CNN, Fox News, listen to people like Sean Hannity, who are just despair sowers and all that kind of stuff. Only if we listen to that, So a man like take for instance a guy like Sean Hannity, a man who's worth $200 million, telling us how bad the economy is. Give me a break, dude. You have no, come on, man. So and then I want to say right here, okay, this is a gentleman who I defer a lot, Mr. Fabian Peterson, a real estate developer. He doesn't do what Don Ass and I do. Mr. Pearson is not involved with Don Ass and I in our free bay business, but he is involved in this concept of creating residual income. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And so he says, greeting Dinas of Fitzgerald, a shrinking economy is a great opportunity for us. Let me stop right here. Contrast that comment, and I'm not throwing off on you, Timers. Now I'm not. I'm just using the contrast of thinking. We are living in an unstable time, but Mr. Parson is saying the exact opposite. A shrinking economy is the great opportunity for us. It's your mindset. Do you see gold out there on the ground, or you see stones? There was a salesman one time. He sold shoes. Mm-hmm. And, they decided they was going to open up. They decided they was going to open up another market, an African market. And they sent a guy, man. Hey, man, we need you to go over here and do this. He got over there, and after 2 weeks, he said, "I'll go ahead and send me back home. No one wears shoes over here. This is just a waste of time. Send me back home." They put another guy in there. He called him down there immediately. "Send me everything you got in the warehouse. No one has shoes over here." It's mindset.
All right.
Mindset. It's a mindset where some
people. I gotta write that down. Go ahead.
Some people, it's what you see. It's what you see. Do you see gold on the ground or stones? I see gold on the ground with this opportunity right now. I mean, I really do. but you have to create it, you know. So contrasting those two points, and that's that's the thing. That's the thing. What we want to say. I assure you, Mr. Parson is not talking about a shrinking economy. Last time I saw that man, on the show, he was up in one of his buildings in Ohio. You know, in Ohio, and you know, highly educated man, college grad, things like that. But he went out and struck out on his own. You know, and he made things happen. Dynas has seen him many times on his tour. You know, physically, right over there in Africa with him. You know, he's and I know from what I understand about the thinking of that man, he's over there. He ain't over there just over Africa, you know, soaking up the mango juice. Knowing that cat, he's sitting over there, man. Let me see what opportunities there. I know how he thinks. You know, so you got to see opportunity where other people see despair. You know, and so we're reading on a little bit. Miss Moss, welcome. Hello to you. And we're looking at some. Amazon is a new slavery now that the weed smokers are being released from private prison. Mr. Evans, I don't understand. Amazon is new slavery. I don't understand. Slavery denotes that you don't have a choice, that your body and your labor belongs to someone. You know, I mean, you know, you can leave Amazon. You don't have to be there.
All right.
Go get your own. Okay, so to your comment, I just, that was just a little perplexing to me. I be around Amazon. Most pay as much in Cole or New York costs down south is $15 an hour. Oh, $15 an hour? I can work with that. Home Depot is paying me $12 with my college degree. And if that's all I depended upon, I'll be in trouble. But I have other income streams. I'll take your $12. No, that'd be too cool. But I'm not looking to stay at $12. I promise you 6 months from now, I won't be there. I'll probably be a supervisor, probably be doing something else, probably learning school. You know, and one thing I like, why would you take that, Fitzgerald? Not ask. They allow me to get Home Depot stocks is like a 10 to 15% discount. So, you know, I take that salary. I can invest that in Home Depot stock. Look around there, have that growing, because I can make enough money off my freebie business to keep me going. But I have an insider perks, and it'd be nice just to have a couple medical benefits, because as an entrepreneur, sometimes you don't have those. So it'd be nice just to have that. So I got a plan, but I'm not going to stay at $12 an hour, $15 an hour. I can work with that. You know. I can work that because what this comment I get, I be around, and once again, this is respectful, man, not attacking anyone. I don't see myself staying at $15 an hour. That's the difference with me and a lot of people. I want to figure out a way how I can get $35 or $45 an hour, and I will figure it out, you know, some way or another. If not there, I'll figure it out somewhere. So it's just a matter of thinking. Simple Living, hello to you. I already referenced Miss Thomas, but she has some great point. Mr. Evans, Brian Evans, vote green. I got a better one for you. Vote you. Vote you. Vote you in your household. I am the card carrying holder of the political party of Fitzgerald Stevens and family. And we move in our interests. We align ourselves with people who are aligned with our interests, and we disassociate ourselves from people who are against our interests, bar none. What is your interest, Fitzgerald? To create economic power, to amass wealth. That's my interest. And working with similar people like that. Prince Amir and I have more than just a relationship about Georgia football. Right. Oh, believe me, it goes a whole lot more. We wasted years talking about that stuff.
Right.
Because they wouldn't put money in my pocket, and it wouldn't put money in his pocket. And we have been we have had a very, very profitable relationship with our networking business working together. It's been mutual profitable for both of us. That's better. So you know, but you know, we didn't throw the jobs out. We didn't throw the sports stuff out the road, but there was more important things. No, you're talking to a man who doesn't own a TV. Remy Martin. Yeah, my student loans remind me. You know what, man? I could just stop the mic right here on that comment. Some of y'all need to do a freebie business and create extra revenue streams just to pay your student loan debts that you cannot discharge through bankruptcy. That is capitalizing on the interest. Yeah, people putting off having children and buying houses because they're like in six figures in economic debt. Diane, there's this guy called, I want to say Jeremy, I forget his name. He's running against Lindsey Graham for the South Carolina Senate seat, and I hope he wins it. Okay, because Graham definitely needs to go, along with Mitch McConnell too. So he graduated. He's from a native of South Carolina. He did his undergrad at Yale University, and he has a law degree from Georgetown. That man just said that and he started this private organization, became part of this other organization he started, and he just said, I just paid off about $100,000+ of student loan debts, just paid it off. And I looked at his bio, man, he came out in the 90s. Wow. Something to think about. But not all of us are gifted, and I do mean extraordinary gifted and smart, like Prince Dinas Amir. He's gifted in his athletics. He won a full scholarship at the University of Georgia in Athens, academic scholarship. He doesn't know what student loans are. And smart because he was smart enough to complete his degree, because he fall back on that. No, he doesn't know what student loan debt is. I can tell you, but he can't. So kudos. He was able to parlay his ability to put something together. Could have did it at Stanford. Could have did it at Notre Dame. But he chose Georgia. But nevertheless, he has his education and has no student loan debts. And now we see, Search for Uru. Now we see, the clothing line. Now we see an author sitting out there with his products. So he took what God gave him and parlayed it. But what we don't see is a man talk about, I got to get to work. We see him building legacy for him and his son. So very, very important, very, very important right there. Chima, peace back to you, man. Give me a call. Haven't really, been a while since I talked to you, man. Just call me. We can talk more than just business. Copper Penny, he speaks the truth. We have to be constantly evolving. Thank you for the compliment. Dinas, if any sticks out with you, go ahead. And I just want to acknowledge our listeners, because you don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. And let me say something again. Let me reiterate something. That I read, a comment I read before by Miss Maria Thomas. She's absolutely right. Americans, we really don't know how good we have it right now. It's going to get considerably worse. I told my wife years ago, I said, baby, it's going to come a time when you're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor. There will be no middle class. That time is now. That time is now. $1 million is a poor millionaire. Grant Cardone said, you just have $1 million, you can't afford to properly defend yourself in the event of a major lawsuit. Grant Cardone also said, you really want to look, you need to be locking at least to building $10 to $15 million of personal wealth, at least. No, $1 million is a lot of money to those of us who never have it, but with those who do have it, they can tell you it's not that much money at all. Okay, and so I'm gonna Marcus Jackson. If a person has a vehicle and a decent background, they can make $20 per an hour delivering food for Grubhub. Man, let me slow down, because Mr. Johnson, you get it. Let me slow down and read that again. Marcus Johnson. It's easy to remember his name. My grandfather's name, Marcus. If a person has a vehicle in a decent background, I got both of those, they can make up to $20 delivering Grubhub. That's what I'm talking about. That's the spirit that frees you, ladies and gentlemen. That's the spirit that frees you. Listen, this is a smartphone. What makes it smart? If it's making money for you. What's the opposite? It's a dumb phone. Mm-hmm. If it's not making money for you. So who's dumb? The phone or you? You have to take advantage of the opportunities you have. This isn't designed just to go ahead and look at Facebook and look at people cooking lasagna. and looking at people who slapping the reeve out of each other's head the hardest. It's not for that. Yeah, it's to connect. Hey, in Scotland, do you look for any other ways to make money? Yeah, great. Go send you my business link. I'll follow up with you. That's smart. It's smart, like getting on your going somewhere, looking at going down, researching foreclosures or tax lien properties. How can I get those on a low, and how can I fix them up? That's what it's designed for. To make you money. And if it's not making you money, it's a waste. My way, ladies and gentlemen, you incorporate a business, you can write your cell phone bill off. You can write a portion of your home off. You can write the mortgage on that. Right now, University of Alabama, you recognize the shirt, recognize the color? Africa is the now. Please purchase a t-shirt. Dynas, I want to get another one too, man.
Thank you. Bam, there you go.
You put the mirror here. If you had it here, I'll buy it. But I'm real interested in that black glove shirt. Yeah, I'm feeling that real. But you see the University of Alabama say you represent Alabama. No. This is a uniform. The Dynas shirt is a uniform. I'm talking business on the stream, right? So I can write the cost of this shirt, which was $40, off on my taxes. It's a uniform. Dynas, he has his own stuff. He purchases his own stuff. He can write it off on his taxes. That's a uniform. The lights that you see in the background right here, that's a business expense. He can write a portion of his house off because he's conducting business. You see how that's saving more money, put more money? You can't do that on the job. So this is how I'm trying to get you to think. I know for a fact that that we have real estate developers. Some on this show, they travel to different states, and they may go out there and have a great time. They may go ahead and see some sites, but that plane ticket is a business expense. That hotel they stay in is a business expense. They can write all that off. The tools that they would have to buy, going out there fixing properties, that's a business expense. The rental car is a business expense. They can write all that off, thus putting more money in their pocket. That's how the players play. We are in round and round the third. We said on Friday, not Friday, but we did a show probably Thursday or Wednesday, and it went something like this: is Donald Trump wrong to pay to not pay those taxes like that? Well, if it's legally right, he's not wrong. He took it. Maybe it's not ethical, but it's not. Like, if it's within the bounds of the law, sure, more powers to her. But that's not. That's one of the things that we talked about. One of the things we accentuated on is this. He paid his daughter what was that? 6 figures,
almost $800,000.
$800,000 in consulting fees. Prince Amir said Fitzgerald, how do you feel about that? I said I got no problem with it at all.
No,
I have no problem with it at all. You have a business. You need consulting work. Whether than going out there and get someone, you don't know or someone can benefit you, you decide you're going to put your 18 or 16-year-old son and daughter. Oh, you turn them out to consulting. You give me all the words and stuff like that, what to say. You tell them how to write the thing up if they don't know how to do it. Maybe they do know how to do it. Or maybe you're 23-year-old college graduate. She's fresh out of college, she's coming and working in business. She has the education to do this stuff. You say, I need this consulting job, and you hire her. You agree to pay her $800,000. You pay her, and you turn around and write it off. You kept the money in the family. Now, do you have a problem with that now that is possibly benefit your household as opposed to someone else? Absolutely not. That's how the wealthy play the game, ladies and gentlemen. They build businesses. They get paid off the efforts of others. They minimize their tax burden by having write-offs. They acquire assets, stuff that's going up in value as opposed to liabilities, things that's going down in value. They look out for the next generation where they can transfer their wealth. That's how they do it. Warren Buffett has said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you are literally going to work until you die.
Work until you die.
You're literally going to work until you die. Catch that. Make money while you sleep. that erases all the jobs because you got to be you got to spend your time there. There ain't no job going to pay you for sleeping, not unless you go into some college study and they want to study sleeping apnea or something. What job's going to pay you for sleeping? But Mr. Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you are going to work until you die. That sounds like residual income for me. That sounds like royalties, the dividends, and residuals to me.
Right.
Your money's out there making money. Your money's working for you, not your duck the other way around. Mr. Michael Delco says, the gentleman who's responsible for me getting started in Freebay and this opportunity that thank God for it, that I said yes to be. I say yes to Michael. I say yes to myself. That was 5 years ago, and I don't look back and regret one iota. He has said that if you don't come from a wealthy family, ladies and gentlemen, a wealthy family need to come from you. You can be a first generation millionaire, ma'am, sir, provided you're plugged into the right system. Our gracious host, Prince Dinas Amir, says titles are not sexy. Income is. Titles are not sexy. Income is. And Fitzgerald Stevens says, if you don't make moves, moves will be made on you. Maybe I need to put that on my first t-shirt. Yep. If you don't make moves, moves will be made on you. If you don't make moves, African man, woman, Asian man, woman, Jewish man, woman, Germany man, woman, Japanese man, woman. If you don't make moves, moves will be made upon you. And Dinas, every headline you see out there where jobs are being cut, foreclosures being cut, that statement is echoed true every single time it happens. They did not make the moves. You cannot tell me and convince me, as my skin is brown, that those people did not see signs coming before this happened. But they thought they were secure. They thought they were straight. They thought the storm was going to blow over. Maybe they drunk the Kool-Aid with the officers and with the officers of the company saying, "Oh, everything's cool," because they don't want you to get the heck out of there before they're ready to get you out. We're fine. Nothing to panic. We're doing great. You know, the band was still playing on the Titanic while it was sinking.
All right.
So they had signs, but they didn't go on it. They were like, oh, okay, I'm seeing this stuff going south. Let me go up there and look. Let me take a little bit of my severance and look, get a little bit of my 401k. Let me go down to Home Depot, get me a mop and a bucket and vacuum clean. Let me go out there and get clean some houses, because you know what, this thing goes south. I already have about X amount of dollars I got to make to keep my household going. Let me make sure I got that replaced in case this thing goes south. If it doesn't, I'm stacking that paper. No, they didn't do it. Then you see them on there like, what are we going to do? I gave these companies the best years of my life. And I'm a business owner. And I have one question for you. Did I pay you? What do you mean? Did I pay you for your time? Yeah, but what buts? You agreed to work for me and do a job for a certain amount of time. And I agreed to pay you for that job once that job was done for that certain amount of time. I did it 20 years. Please tell me how I failed you. Please tell me how it's my fault. Yeah, but so much money. I owned the company. I took the risk. I built it. You're just a part who works in it. Now, Dinas, that sounds almost insensitive, cruel, but it's not. That's the way the business owners thinks. And do you know that their stock prices actually goes up when they get rid of employees? Because the cost Wall Street.
That's how it was at Centos. At Centos, our
Wall
stock,
Street, the London Stock Exchange, the Nikkei Dow in Japan, the Canadian Stock Exchange up there in Toronto, they look at this company doesn't have much debt ratio. This company doesn't have much overhead, because the greatest overhead is labor. We can be more profitable. We can bring a greater dividend. You're expendable, ladies and gentlemen. You're expendable. No one owes you a living. No one owes you a living. No one owes you living. Deuteronomy 8:18, in my closing statement here, Deuteronomy 8:18, it says, it is the Lord thy God that gives you the power to get wealth. Gives you the power to get wealth. He's not a liar. That power has been given to you Now, are you getting wealth with it? You know, so you guys have an awesome day, man. Love talking to you, but there's a new fish house just opened up down the street, Dinaz. Nice black owned business. I want to go there and patronize them, and we appreciate you guys so much. But take action, you know. But register for free with Prince Amir's freebie link. We'll show you how to win. We'll show you how to create a residual income. Then you can use that residual income to create another residual income. I suggest you really move towards the goal. Really move towards the goal. I don't know how long it would take you, but I'm on my way there. Where you have at least 7 streams of income coming into your house. 7 streams of income. I don't care if you're out on the streets selling these oils. I don't care. But you got 7 streams of residual income coming into your household. Therefore, if one of those streams dry up, like which is primary income for people's houses, their job, and that dries up, you're not seeing them. Oh my God, what do you want to do? If a man, it's speaking directly to the men right now, and I said this Friday, and I'll say it again. You know, love gets real funny, man. When bills ain't get paid, love gets very, very funny. You know, your lady, your woman, whatever you want to call, wife, you know, stuff like that. When it comes down to it, man, they're looking at you. That's all that, ma'am. Sir, they're looking at you. I'm a firm believer. My wife don't got my last name. I got hers. No, so you know, some of y'all will put it together and figure that out. No, even though we have been separated 2 years, I'm still responsible for her. No, so I mean that's the way I think. So you have to look at things. What do I need to do to make sure my household is intact? And if you're doing the best you can do, God bless you. But many of us can do so much more. Many of us can do so much more because our family's survival depends upon that. God has given us that responsibility, man. You know, and I'm not the cat. I'm not the cat that you want to talk to and say, well, I need to talk to my wife and see if it's okay drawing a freebie and see if it's okay for me taking care of my family. Dude. Amir, don't even tell me if someone said that. That's how much that statement annoys me. Don't even tell me if someone said that. And I had plenty of them say it. And I just walked away. You know? You gotta figure it out. It's your job to figure out. And man, if you're a single person, I hate that. I believe in the family being together. I truly do. I came from a broken home. I know what that does. But this is on you. And so those babies still need to be taken care of. So you need to figure out, how do I make more money in addition to what I have right now? Because you know what? Maybe the government's not going to get it. Maybe government is not enough. So you can do that. Actually, some of the highest paid people within the freebie opportunity are women. They get to work. And the fact that they can get equal pay, you know, by reward for what they do. Call up Miss Tanisha Glaspie in the United States, a single mother who's a very high income producer in the same, who put together a phenomenal global team. And she did it just like this, because a friend of mine, Sherry Brown, sent a Facebook post. This is how you lose Facebook. She sent a Facebook post. Do you rather have paper? Do you rather have paper that burns, or you rather have gold? That lady will tell you right now, she was in her prayer closet, and that single mother took that and she built this thing. And in 4 years, she has never worked for anyone, taking care of her children. Single. It can be done. So Dinaz, I don't know what to say, man. It's like, I don't want to sound like I'm trying to convince anyone, but I know the bleeding can be stopped. I know the pain can be stopped. I know it's great opportunity out there. I know it's great opportunity out there. I know it. I in my heart of hearts, I believe the best time to build wealth and to be alive is right now. I believe it. You know, Warren Buffett said that he encouraged people a couple of years ago because he saw this coming. They don't call them Oracle, Omaha, other than he told his people they need to start investing in companies. Check this out, that sell luxury goods, yachts, you know, high-end real estate. Chinquilla fur coats, all that kind of Rolexes, Ferrari, Lamborghinis are flying off the shelf. They're still selling $3 million Bugattis, flying off the shelf. And so there's a market that these people are dropping now, buying stuff all over the world. The real estate, is a free fall. Cash buyers are coming and getting that stuff up. So it ain't a recession for everybody. Car dealerships, Ferrari, Maserati, BMWs, Mercedes, Land Rovers, all these high-end vehicles flying off the shelf. Somebody has the money. And so in the time where we think of the recessions, somebody has the money. More black millionaires are being created. They don't get talked about on the news much, but they're getting created all over the world. We're all over the world right now. It's those of you who go out there and hunt and get it. I am not a motivational speaker. I am not. I am just a man who grew up in a town of 100 people in Southeast Alabama, and I wanted more out of life. I wanted the God to give me a family. When I had a family, I didn't want them to go through looking at the dirt floor. But I since rethink of that. Once I do decide to have children, you know what? I'm not going to take all the struggle away from them. I'm not going to take all the struggle away from them. I have a niece and nephew. They ride around in the $70,000 BMW. I mean, the $70,000 Mercedes that their father, my brother, has, and they talk about how hard they got it. I got to convince them to take the trash down. They talk about how bad things are and all that kind of stuff. Have more gadgets. And my brother and I had this conversation. We said, you know what? You got to be careful that you don't shield your children from the struggle, because the struggle is what made you, ma'am and sir, how you are. I had to figure out how to get to college. I had to figure out how to stay there. I had to figure out how to get my first home. I took counsel, but I had to work. And so it gave me a good work ethic. Therefore, it's nothing for me to say, well, hey, Fitzgerald, we need you to here to count shells. We want you to count inventories. And your job is to go and put this and tag this on a gun. And this is what we want you to count. And we're going to pay you $12 an hour. You got a problem with that? Yeah, cool. Well, we see your degree. It looked like you're overqualified. And, you're going to have a problem with that. And I told him this, and you might want to take this line too. I said, you know what? I'm here asking you for a job. I'm not telling you what I'm going to do. I'm asking you for a job. Hire him on the spot. Okay, we look like you're a supervisor, stuff like that, but let's see how you work. That's what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is yours, as Tony Montana said on Scarface, Al Pacino's character. The future in the world is yours. That's what he said. The world is yours. Go out there and get it, because ain't nobody going to bring it to you. Ma'am, sir, go out there and get it. I don't care if you failed 7 times in 7 days with 8 jobs. Find the one. I don't care if you had a bad relationship. There's still someone out there who loves you and will work with you. Everybody ain't bad. All black people ain't hard to work with. All white people ain't easy to work with. All Spanish people ain't really cool. A lot of them are, but not everybody. You ain't looking for all. You're looking for your tribe. You're looking for someone you can get in business with. You said, ma'am, sir, let's get together and make some money together. I have an idea. Let's make some money together. Here's the margins. Here's the numbers. Here's what look. Let's go out there and work. Because you know what? A lot of people, wait for stuff to be given to them. Heck, if we just go out here and get it, man, we're way ahead of them. A lot of these cats still in the bed. God bless y'all. Have an awesome day. Much respect and much love to you wherever you are in the world. You're a winner. I believe that. And I thank you guys for your comments. I even thank the critics, because the critics, I use you instead of getting angry. I use you to make me better. And I made the decision. Okay, let me quit tripping with these cats. I'm too that 56. And hell, I'm too old to be arguing with cats like this. I'm too old to be letting someone get to the skin. So I'm not communicating good enough. Maybe this person. Let me communicate it more simply. Let me communicate, because maybe there's something. Maybe they do have a point that I have to look around. And so maybe I have something else. I need to be able to bring better content to the audience I'm talking to. And so I took that, and that's what I did. And so we appreciate it. I definitely going to put a plug in. Please subscribe to Find Ways to Win, FINDS. Ways, WAYS, the number 2 wins with Fitzgerald Stevens. I greatly appreciate your support on that. I speak about a matrix of topics, but still along the same vein. Appreciate you guys, and please like and share this stream. We think it matters. Prince Diane Samir, keep doing the incredible work that you're doing, man. You are making a difference. You certainly made a difference in my life. I would never dreamed I would have been talking to people on a platform like this. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
No problem.
Because of you, man, it gave me the courage to go out there and put my own together. So I bless and I thank you for that. And your Chick-fil-A biscuits, we can talk about that off the phone. I can order those for you. I didn't even expect to pay you. Good thing I have money. So, closing words to you, Brett.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Make sure you go to DynastyMir.com. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're interested in traveling to Sierra Leone with us, April 21st to the 30th, make sure you go to searchforahuru.com. Again, searchforahuru.com. Send me a message and leave your phone number so I can call you, and we will get you guys up and rolling. And thanks. Shout out to Fabian for the super chat.
Yeah, I was just ready to say that. Fabian, thank you so much about that, man. I'm such a fan of yours because the man you are, dude. And you definitely inspire me. And Prince, if I may interject this in, and I promise this will be the last one, but it's so important. African Emporium. Once you get older, being cash flow positive is non-negotiable. The listener put non-negotiable in all caps. So I certainly got that. Let me say this again. Once you about Africana Emporium, once you get older, I'm 56. That ass is growing older too. He won't always be that, be that. Pretty soon that hair is going to be gray mantle up there. I just cut my gray out Friday, once you get older, being cash flow positive is non-negotiable. Multiple streams of income is a prerequisite. God, thank you for that. Thank you for so much, Farge, for that comment. You get it. No, thank you. You said, but that comment right there has said everything better than I could say. Thank you for that. Prince Amir, you have an awesome, awesome day. And everyone else too.
Yes, sir. Everyone, thank you for joining. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Make sure you go to DynastyMirror.com. Make sure you buy your books. Make sure you buy your merchandise. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Peace.